Hey people, how's it going? Welcome to another video, welcome to another tier list. Today's tier list is, again, something that's not related to heavy metal, despite the themes that keep going on this channel. But I thought, why not do another tier? Tiers are fun because they're like rankings, but they're slightly different. They allow a bit of discussion, and this time we're gonna do Disney. Sorry, I just suddenly noticed something. Yeah, we're gonna do Disney today. We're gonna rank. We're gonna chuck all the classic Disney films into, and a bunch of others, into some categories. Now, I was raised on Disney films quite a lot. I don't deem myself like a Disney adult, believe it or not. That my knowledge of Disney is quite up there, but in terms of the diehards that live at Disneyland, I'm not them. Well, obviously I'm not them because I don't live at Disneyland. I can't just frequent all the time. But having said that, actually, if I did live near it, I would probably go quite frequently. So maybe I am, but I like to think of myself more as a heavy metal fan. But anyway, enough rambling. It's a big list to get through. So without further ado, let us just dive straight into it and start tearing up some Disney films. Let's go. Sweet as. Looking at the screen now, you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 7 categories. Yeah, so we've got God tier, which we all know the likes of what's going to go in there. We've got quality, yeah, it's good. Fairly decent, okay, it's good. Bang average, bad. Pretend they don't exist, we don't ever talk about them. And unranked, not seen. I've got a feeling there might be a few not scenes, but hey, let's get straight into it. First up, we've got The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. It's a sequel. However, it is one of the better sequels. Like I said, this list is actually huge, so we're going to try and quickly get through this. Well, not quickly, but, quicker than average. The Lion King 2, for me, is actually a decent Disney film. It's a sequel to one of the greatest films ever. It's got good music. The scores in it are great. I'm gonna go, it's fairly decent. If you haven't seen Lion King 2, highly recommend. Right, like I say, we're just going to keep this moving swiftly. What's up next? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Now, if you're like me, you prefer a lot of the older stuff. So we're going to chuck Snow White, obviously, in God tier, I think. For now, anyway. Coming up next is the first Disney film. Fun fact, 1937. Love it. Next up, Home on the Range. I always wanted to see this movie, but unfortunately, I never did. So I had to chuck it there. I remember playing online games of all the animals in Gold Rush carts running along train tracks. Really, really cool stuff. But I never saw the film, so yeah, I don't know. Coming up next is another sequel, The Little Mermaid 2. Now, this is another sequel that my family, sisters, were actually raised on. And it's just like The Lion King 2. There are some really, really bad sequels, and then there are some actually really, really good ones. So yeah, we'll get through all the weirds. I'm sure it's chucking us through all the sequels and stuff. So yeah, Jungle Book 2 I saw once. I saw it in the movies. I'm pretty sure it's average. I don't think it's great, but yeah. Cool. Coming up next, but it's not a bad film either. I don't remember hating it, so okay. Oh, we're including, I've just noticed the next one up is The Incredibles. So we're including The Incredibles in this list, which means we're including Pixar's as well. And I'm fine with that. The Incredibles from 2006 is quality. Definitely. It's a fantastic Pixar film. I really love it. It makes me laugh. Barb. What? I didn't say anything. Lilo and Stitch from 2002. Not the biggest, binger of this, but its morals are pretty good. So I'm gonna chuck it a fairly decent. I reckon fairly decent is gonna be good. It's or is it quality? I'm not sure. I'm genuinely not sure. But we'll just leave it there for now. Cinderella 2, I would probably put it there. Because you don't need a Cinderella 2. Pretend it doesn't exist. I haven't seen it. So I've got no idea. I'm sorry. I've got no idea what that poster's for. Aladdin. God tier. Straight away. I don't even need to talk about it. God tier. I love Aladdin so much. R.I.P. Robin. The remake of Aladdin, I genuinely enjoyed as well. I thought the remake for Aladdin was actually so good. Toy Story 2, God tier. That is probably my favorite Pixar film of all time. I think it's great. The story is cool. The action is fun. Zurg is hilarious. Woody, Jesse, Buzz, and Bullseye are just great. And even Al. Al cracks me up. I love him so much. What's this? A Mickey film that I've actually not seen. That makes me sick. I can't talk about it. Moving on. I've got no idea what that is. I can't even read it. The something rather Ponyo. I've never seen Ponyo. Didn't realize Ponyo was a Disney film. Onward. That Pixar Onward. Never saw it. Never saw it. Big Hero 6. Fairly decent. I did see it. I saw it recently, like in the last 5 years, and it was pretty good. So yeah, I'm just gonna chuck it right there. Coming up next, Ralph Breaks the Internet. So that's the second one. The second one is actually quite good. I think it made me laugh. Is it quality though? Like, it's pretty good. Like, I would highly recommend going to watch that. Planes, Fire and Rescue. Don't even need to talk about it. Secret Wings. Don't even need to talk about it. I'm gonna pretend that. Oh nah, we'll leave it there. Cars. Oh, Cars is top tier. Cars is god tier. It's a beautiful film. It's a beautiful film to look at. The score is fucking beautiful as well. It's just such a beautiful story. Everything about the film Cars is purely like, it's so aesthetically pleasing. I just love the film. The story is so emotional and it's just really, really beautiful stuff. I love Cars. The Heffalump movie. Never seen it. Robin Hood from 1973, I think. I've never seen Robin Hood either. I only know the song Oodalali, and that's a great song. So unfortunately, I actually can't place that one either. So yeah, Mulan, freaking no, god tier. Mulan is freaking cool. Again, one of the greatest scores ever. It's got that Chinese influence, obviously, but even aside from the score, the songs and the characters are just great. It's funny. Eddie Murphy does such a good job. I love that film. Chicken Little. I have seen it, but I'm going to change this real quick. I'm going to change it to only seen less than 5 times. So that's like, so we'll put that down there. So that's like, I've seen it, but I can't really comment on it. All right, so we're moving on. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Is that a Disney film? I guess so. It's on Disney Plus. It's quality. It's not quite god tier, but it's pretty damn amazing, I think. The Hunchback of Notre Dame is fairly decent. It's not one that... Oh, actually, yeah, I haven't seen it a lot. I've seen it like 3 times, I'm pretty sure, and they've all been in recent years. So I'm comfortable with that going there. Now, finally, we get a film that actually goes in the bad category. Cars 2 is genuine a terrible film. I did not like it. I went to the movies and saw it, and I was just like, this is actually stupid. I really don't like it. Jungle Book is quality. 1967, Walt Disney's last film. Jungle Book is quality. Meet the Robinsons. Not seen it. Coming up next is Monsters, Inc. Now, definitely, Monsters, Inc. is god tier. Monsters, Inc. is hilarious. I told you that Toy Story 2 was my top favorite Pixar. That is definitely second. Toy Story is hilarious. Hercules is god tier purely for Danny DeVito and James Woods. They are just such good actors. Well, I mean, yeah, they're great actors, but they're so funny in Hercules. I love Hercules so much. I'm assuming that's Hercules. I've just noticed it actually says 0 to Hero on there. Let me just quickly scan all this. After scanning it real quick, I don't think it's like a sequel or anything like that. So Hercules, that's god tier. Moving on. Cinderella 3. Didn't know that was a thing. Oh wait, yes I did. I did know that was a thing, but I don't see it enough to rank. Oh, The Fox and the Hound. Unfortunately, it's quality, despite how sad it is. I refuse to watch that film these days because of just how emotional that shit is. It's terrible. Great film though. It's that mid-80s like era of Disney. Is it part of the Renaissance? I'm not sure. Little Mermaid, god tier. Loved Little Mermaid. I think it's fun. WALL-E, fairly decent. I loved the first half of WALL-E. I loved the love story between him and Eva, but then the rest of it, I genuinely got bored for. Piglet's Big Movie. Guess what? Haven't seen it. So, yeah. Yeah, 3 Colors. I know it's a short story. Well, it's not really a short story. It's a short story. It's like a short film, right? Yeah, it goes there. Atlantis from 2001. One of the most underrated Disney films of all time. And guess what? It's quality. I don't think it's god tier, but it's definitely quality. Highly, highly recommending you check that one out. Don't know what that is. Leroy and Stitch. Didn't know that was a film. I think I knew what that was. Monsters University was average. I enjoyed it like enough to not watch it again. It's nothing amazing. Dumbo. 1941, 42, something like that. To me, it's bang average. It's not my favorite Disney film ever, and yeah, it's okay. I've seen it more than 5 times, and I've seen it enough to care about it. But yeah, other than that, don't know what this film is. Let's just move it on. Tarzan 2 does what? Disney's Christmas Beauty and the Beast stuff. Neverland. Oh, is that Return to Neverland with Wendy? My sister was obsessed with this. It's pretty average when you think about it. It's not a bad film, and it's not Peter Pan either, but it's pretty good. Beauty and the Beast, it's fun and it's cute. It's one of those better sequels. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast, absolute god tier. Can't argue. Both with that one and the one with Emma Watson and Dan Stevens, they're both god tier. Absolutely fantastic. Right, you're gonna shoot me on this, but because of the way I was brought up, we thrashed Lady and the Tramp 2. Like, me and my sister, we loved it, and we still duet it when we were going on car. So you'll forgive me when it goes in god tier. All right, it's just that good. Beauty and the Beast again. Is that Belle's Enchanted World? Not familiar with that one. Okay, Zootopia. Zootopia is fun. It's a good time. Is it quality? It's definitely not god tier. I do like Zootopia, but it's definitely not god tier. Let's go fairly decent. I got a kick out of it, and there are some bits in it that are funny, but yeah, it's fairly decent. A Goofy movie. I've only seen that less than 5 times. I've only seen it like once or twice, so I don't really want to, chuck it in a category that I'm not confident on. Tinkerbell can suck my dick. The Good Dinosaur. Never seen that before either. Shoot me. I know. Can we make that? Oh no. We're gonna make it smaller. Planes. Never seen it. Lilo and Stitch, we've already done that, and I haven't seen the whatever that is. Right, Sleeping Beauty is god tier. Sleeping Beauty is my favorite princess film, you could say. I love Sleeping Beauty so much. It's such a good time. Winnie the Pooh, there's one Pooh film in particular that I like, and it's not that one, so I haven't seen that one. The Great Mouse Detective, I haven't seen. Mulan 2, I haven't seen, although I hear it's actually quite good. Alice in Wonderland is not bad. It's bang average. To me, it's not the greatest Disney film ever. Actually, no, yeah, it's fairly decent. It's a little bit better than average, but yeah, it's such a weird psychedelic film, and that's what makes it hard for me to like really get with. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, not seen. Tarzan and Jane, not seen. King of Thieves, Aladdin, not seen. I've got no idea what that is. Cinderella 1 is quality. It's one of the OGs, so like, it's pretty amazing. It's probably like the last princess film that I would watch, but it's still good. Cars 3 was quality. Shut up. Cars 3 was quality, and I loved that film. I thought the whole story of Lightning McQueen, like becoming an old racer and then going out to like train crews and like, train the young blood, and then he becomes a coach. Like, I thought it was so great. I saw that in the movies and I didn't cry, but it was beautiful. The Rescuers, I love The Rescuers. It definitely is one of my top tier films of all time. That Mexican thing, I haven't seen it. Frozen 2 is decent. Sorry, it's quality. It's not god tier. Just cause. Tarzan, quality. Love that film. So much. 101 Dalmatians 2 is average. I have seen that film more than once. Again, little sister was obsessed with it, so that's how I've seen it. Pinocchio is decent. Yeah. Pinocchio is one of those films where I have memories of it, bits and pieces, but I've seen it more than 5 times, especially recently. It's an okay film. It's not my favorite. Doug's first movie, never seen it. Melody Time is bang average, but I enjoy Melody Time because it's melodies and it's just music. It's like Fantasia, it's great fun. It's another one of those like shorter stories. It's so cool though. The Aristocats is fairly decent. I find that quite quirky and quite fun. The Drunk Geese, they crack me up. Wreck-It Ralph is decent too. Like, I liked the second one more than the first. Or did I? I don't know anymore. Nah, it's quality. I think Wreck-It Ralph is quite quality, to be honest. A Christmas Carol. I've actually not seen it. Not that one. Frozen 1. I love me a good Frozen 1. That is quality. Not God tier. It's not God tier, but it's good. Dinosaur is probably amazing. I have seen it before. I did see it in the movies back in 2001 when it came out. And I remember it being very, very moving. And I think I might have seen it like once or twice on Disney Channel, but not enough for me to be like, yeah, God tier. A Bug's Life. That is quality. Everyone loves A Bug's Life. How can you not? Emperor's New Groove. I don't care what you say. God tier. Top 3 underrated Disney films of all time. Pocahontas is quality. I love Pocahontas. Can you move with all the colors of the wind? That looks like a sequel to Atlantis. Unfamiliar. Song of the South, the most racist thing ever. Never seen that, believe it or not. Tinkerbell, no. I've never seen Princess and the Frog. I keep forgetting about it. The classic New Orleans film from 2008. I've never seen Princess and the Frog. I know. I'm fucked in the head. Bambi 2. Not seen, not interested really. Tinkerbell, not interested. The Tigger movie, I've seen it less than 5 times, but again, I'm not going to talk about it. Roger Rabbit, I freaking love Roger Rabbit. That is God tier because it breaks like the fourth wall of Disney per se. You know, it just creates the illusion of the Disney characters who are like real actors, and like the whole illusion that like the Disney, like the characters, they all live over there behind a wall and in a certain area of town, and it's in the 40s. There's kids smoking in it, casual swearing. It's honestly so good. I love it. Oliver and Company is average. It's a bit much for me because it's the musical. Obviously, I mean, most of these are musicals anyway, but like, do you know what I mean? Oliver and Company is a Disney film of Oliver, the classic 60s musical, and it's just a bit much for if you're not into overall song singing. I hear Ariel's Beginning is quite good, but guess what? I've never seen it. Fox and the Hound 2. Never seen it. Toy Story 3, however, is God tier. I don't care. God tier, because of how it ends. I was kind of annoyed when I heard that Toy Story 4 was going to be a thing because of how Toy Story 3 ended, and I just thought, whatever. But Toy Story 3 is so amazing. It's so moving. It's incredible. Rescuers Down Under. Again, one of the better sequels. We're going to chuck that in fairly decent. It's good. Go watch it. The Rescuers Down Under is so funny. Brother Bear 2. Not seen it. Now, The Sword and the Stone, I wouldn't say it's bad. Okay, yeah, I would. The Sword and the Stone is a bad film. Purely because, like, it's called The Sword and the Stone. But only do they talk about The Sword and the Stone right at the start of the film, and literally in the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes of it. The rest of it is him hanging out with Merlin, turning into fish and squirrels and other bits and pieces. It's just like, And then you think, oh, cool, he's finally king. Bang, it ends. It's like, okay, whatever. Up is fairly decent. I quite enjoyed Up. Oh, okay. If you've seen my video on the hidden gem that is the Tales of Ichabod Crane, you'll probably guess that I'm chucking that in God tier because it's Disney horror, more or less. Even the part with Wind in the Willows is a bit eerie, but nowhere near as creepy as that. It's basically Sleepy Hollow, if you're unfamiliar with it. It's so good, from 1949. I think it was banned for a little while in certain countries because it was too scary for children. Treasure Planet, I've actually only seen that like twice, so yeah, I can't talk about it. Fantasia 2000 is fairly decent. Nah, it's average. It's actually average now that I think about it. Spirited Away, not seen it, so shut up. James and the Giant Peach is pretty decent. I mean, it's pretty fun. It's a weird film. It's like Tim Burton, but it's not Tim Burton. Brother Bear was pretty cool as well. That's fairly decent. I quite enjoyed Brother Bear. Again, real moving and real powerful stuff. All right, team, you're doing so well. We're nearly there. Valiant, not seen it. Bolt, not seen it. Brave is actually fairly decent. No, Brave is quality. I really liked Brave. I thought Brave was really fun. Goofy, another Goofy movie, literally, not seen it. I have seen that, but only rough on Disney Channel. Now, Tangled is God tier. I love Tangled so much. It's pretty much on par with Frozen in my opinion. Tangled is a beautiful film. The songs in it are great. It's beautiful to look at. It's a fantastic film. Toy Story, obviously God tier #1. I don't need to talk about it. First Pixar film from '95. Great stuff. Mars Meets Moms. Never heard of it. Fantasia, like I said before, I love orchestral music and I love that film. Fantasia is God tier. If you're into if you like music and scores, highly recommended. Coco. I've never seen Coco. Would you believe it? The Return of Jafar. I have seen The Return of Jafar, but less than 5 times. I thought it was an okay sequel. I think I remember that. It's like, if you remember how Aladdin ends, it's like, how the fuck does Jafar return? He got thrown away into the desert land. So yeah. Okay. Lion King, obviously we don't need to talk about that. That is God tier. Pirate Fairy sounds cool. Unfamiliar though. Frankenweenie. I've seen Frankenweenie less than 5 times, but I do remember really liking it for its quirks. Peter Pan. I was not the biggest Peter Pan fan, so I'm going to chuck it in average because I think I remember being bored while watching it, but maybe it's time for a rewatch. I'm not sure. Like I said before, Toy Story 4, the ending, I didn't want Toy Story 4, but it was actually quality, and the way Toy Story 4 ended, I thought was nice too. You know, the way he like accepts that he's no longer like a kid's toy. He's just like living his own life now. Only took 25 years to do it, but all good. Nemo, quality. Nemo's great fun. How can you not like Nemo? Yeah. Teacher's Pet. I remember that TV show, I think. Was that a TV show? I'm not sure. Never watched it though. Never watched that. 101 Dalmatians is God tier, and I've just realized now that Hercules is there, so whatever the fuck that is, I'm gonna get rid of that and chuck Hercules up in God tier, because like I said before, James Woods and Danny DeVito, fantastic. Lady and the Tramp is decent. However, I recommend you do not watch Lady and the Tramp while you're like sleepy. Me and a selection of friends, we marathoned a bunch of Disney films. It took us 42 hours, I think. But my God, when we had Lady and the Tramp on halfway through the middle, oh man, it was hard because it's such a slow moving lullaby type movie, and it was really hard to stay focused. The Black Cauldron I have seen only less than 5 times. One of those ones that people often forget about, but still good. Make Music Mine, that's unseen. Wild, didn't realize that was a Disney film. Lilo and Stitch 2, whatever. Lion King 3, Lion King and a half is average. It's quite funny, it's quirky in its own way, but like, yeah, it's okay. Inside Out was decent. No, Inside Out was quality. I loved Inside Out. I thought Inside Out was really clever, and it's a Pixar film. I saw it in the movie theater. So cool. Back in 2015, I believe. All right, DuckTales movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp. I don't care what you say, it's quality. That film is absolutely great. It's funny, it's quick, and I just love it. I think it's so funny. We had that on video, and we watched that one quite a bit. Bambi, God tier. You have to appreciate Bambi. Bambi is beautiful, despite the sad scene in it. Aside from all that, it's beautiful to look at. The music in it is well done. All the music from the older films is beautifully done. And yeah, that's just that. Kronk's New Grove, never seen it. Incredibles 2, we did see. It's fairly decent. I thought, there was like certain parts in it where that was absolutely hysterical, but compared to the first one, yeah, it's like that. Notre Dame 2, not seen it. So did my heart, not seen it. Finding Dory was fairly decent. I enjoyed it. I've seen it twice, but it's recently so I can remember. Ratatouille, I actually really love. I quite like Ratatouille because it's different and it's quirky and it's fun. And then we have Pocahontas 2, which I haven't seen. And then we have Moana, which is pretty decent too. So, booyah! I'm not going to sit here and go through all that. But yeah, obviously we got the God tiers of pretty much all the OGs and all the really good stuff. And then the quality stuff. Loved it. The fairly decent stuff. You know, take screenshots of what you want and go look at this, the average stuff. And yeah, obviously that's a lot that I haven't seen. But I mean, look at that. Other than like maybe Home on the Range, The Good Dinosaur, Robin Hood, and what else is that? What else is on here? Coco. Princess and the Frog. They're all, other than those, these are all like weird spin-off sequel stuff. So I'm not 100% mad that I haven't seen the majority of those. But yeah, anyway, team, holy damn, we got there in the end. I just thought that would be good fun before we get into more heavy metal and more Halloween stuff. I'm ranking a Halloween-esque album artist at the moment, so that should be out soon. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me while I sit there and rank a whole bunch of different Disney films. Let me know down below your top 5 Disney films of all time. And let me also know which ones you really don't like. Let me know which ones you haven't seen, all that fun stuff. So yeah, keep an eye out for the next video, team. But until that happens, stay inside, stay safe, wash your hands, hail Satan, and I will see you all in the next video. Boo-yaka!